Okay, Bike Auckland says the cyclists who breached the police barrier to ride onto the Auckland Harbour Bridge were acting on their own. The non-profit was behind the Liberate the Lane rally that was held in Ponsonby on Sunday morning, calling for a bike lane on the bridge. But when the event was finished, a number of cyclists decided to take matters into their own hands and ride onto the bridge, forcing the closure of 2 lanes. Barb Cuthbert is the chair of Bike Auckland with us now. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Heather.
What did you think when you saw the footage of those guys trying to get through and then actually getting through the police barrier?
Well, I didn't see it until quite some time later. But, look, there's a bit of background here I think we need to understand. People riding onto the bridge, they don't do it every Sunday, and they certainly did do it because, they were there at our rally. But the difficulty that we have in Auckland is that we've been promised walking and cycling on the Harbour Bridge for a long time. 2018, the government said, yep, we're going to build it. 2019, we got the beautiful plans from Waka Kotahi. Then last year they said, actually, we can't build it, even though they promised to build it and open it next year. And now we hear that there's 50 staff somewhere in a back room working on a new project. So we've been working a lot with Waka Kotahi. We do all the time. And we asked them back in December, look, I think, Aucklanders really do deserve an explanation for what's going on. And how about an open day when you allow people to walk and bike and scoot the bridge and you can tell Aucklanders what's going on? So we asked in December, we asked in February, we asked in March, we asked in April, and I asked again when I saw the CE only a few weeks ago. So, and this is known that we've been asking for this event, and Waka Kotahi have been very coy about doing anything.
So,
look, I think we're dealing with a major issue of public frustration.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
Okay. So when you saw the footage then, much later, what did you think? Were you proud of that?
It's not a question of being proud. In the end, you've got to be understanding about people's motives.
That was disgraceful, Barbara.
Well, there's a reason why people do things.
So do you condone that as Bike Auckland? Are you happy people came to your rally to do that, to break the police line?
No, they didn't come for that reason. They came to our rally.
No, but then they did. Oh, come on! I mean, we can talk about that another time. But the fact is, those people were at your rally. What did you think of that? Were you proud of that?
Look, I'm proud of people who ride bikes in Auckland, and those people were riding bikes in Auckland. They came to our rally. We had 2,500 people there. Before the event, we'd been working closely with the police, and we'd been messaging out that this is simply a rally. It is not a ride on the bridge.
We had people going to your rally telling us on Thursday that you guys were going to ride across the bridge. So that message had gone out from wherever, but that was a message. Did you not know that was going to happen?
No, because we have been messaging clearly that it's a rally.
Let me ask you, okay,
and they
so
left
Barbara,
afterwards.
what's happening right now is you're trying to distance yourself from what happened, and that's fair enough. But let's get a clear understanding of exactly how far.
Can I just clarify that, Heather?
Yes?
I'm not distancing myself. I'm saying it was an understandable response from the public.
So you condone them breaking the police barrier?
No, I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying there's a reason for an action of let's have a look at who was doing that on the day. And there was 1,500 people, a lot of people with children, and these are Aucklanders, family Aucklanders, and there were people walking as
Barbara,
well.
If you don't condone it, do you condemn it?
I don't think it's a question of condemning it either, I'm sorry.
Do you think that it is fair to give a lane to 1% of commuters who use that bridge daily?
Are we now moving into the question of the trial?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Is it fair to dedicate an entire lane to 1% of commuters who use that bridge daily?
And what do you base your 1% on?
Infrastructure Commission Chair Alan Bollard?
Yeah, well, he doesn't know.
He's the Infrastructure Commission Chair. He probably does know.
Understand. Look, I don't think he does, because Waka Kotahi themselves can't tell us. So no.
So what do you think it is? You give me the alternative. What's the number then, Barbara?
Well, do you know why we're asking for trial?
Yes, because you would like to try it. You're asking 99% of other commuters for 3 months to give you a lane. That's unreasonable in a congested city.
But that's actually not the fact.
What's not the fact?
The fact is, you're talking about 1%. Now, that's not a factual assessment.
Well, what is the fact?
Well, can I tell you, Waka
Yes, please.
Kotahi themselves say they cannot model how many people will ride the lane when there is a trial. There's no traffic modelling that can do that. So that's why I'm questioning you where you get your 1%
I've
from.
given you a very credible place where I've got my 1% from. I'm asking you to counter it. Have you got an alternative fact?
The reason why we're asking for the trial is so that we can find out how many people would choose to leave their cars at home and to ride the bridge instead, because e-bikes in New Zealand are going through the roof. We're importing as many e-bikes as we are new cars in New Zealand now.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a very different scene from the one that might have been done years ago when there was some sort of assessment, and it was years ago, on how many people would ride the bridge if a lane were provided. But let's look at this seriously, because the government has allocated $240 million to build a walking and cycling project for the bridge. So clearly there is public demand.
Yeah. Barbara, look, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. Barb Cuthbert, Bike Auckland Chair and spokesperson.